We live right now, you know. First thing first, I just want to let everybody know, yes, these are my comments on Ashlee Janae and everything that happened, right? She, she said what she said. I'm going to use this one. Is this one better? No, that one even worse. Okay, whatever. We use this one. But, I want to, come out and clear my comments, right? My comments on her. Now, like I said, in no shape or form am I condoning, I hope her family gets justice. Okay, they can get justice, okay? They can get justice. But what I'm saying is, she no longer has my support, okay? Once something happens to you and you showed any type of aspersions or anything like that towards my people, now that's black women and black men. Anybody who says anything towards that community negatively will not receive my support. As simple as that. I was the first guy to pull support from Telbo Rackins. Okay? And then at first, if you go look on my TikTok, I was supporting Ashlee Janae. But then somebody showed me these tweets and these comments. And what was posted on the page is not the only thing said about black men. It's even worse things, but it's regulations and stuff that we can't post. Prayers for everyone. I understand exactly what he's talking about. Quit talking down on your bloodline, period. Yeah, right? Like I said, now if anybody want to join and give their opinion, I'm completely open to letting y'all join and explaining my comments. But what I'm saying is, as a person in media, yeah, I don't put my face everywhere. And yeah, I don't often flex my power and things like that through the media. No, I don't do that. But sometimes I will. It's because my whole reason for getting into media in the first place was to make our people look better. It was to support our people. Like a lot of people don't know. Like, I own multiple platforms, okay? And a lot of people take credit for the Target thing, like how black people stopped going to Target. But bro, that was really me. That was me, and I got proof. I said it last year in January. But see, I didn't just say it. I made calls. Every social media site you got. She said, can we get a recap? I'll give you a recap. So back to my story. Every social media site, every blog that you watch and I watch, except maybe one or two of them, all of us got each other's phone numbers, and we all call favors for each other's. I called the favor for every black social media site to go against Target. I did that. That was me. That wasn't the guy at Yale or wherever he was claiming it was him. No, I made it. I made the call. If she loves so much, why was she so worried about black men? All right. And that's completely understandable for you to say that. Okay, so I'll give y'all a recap of what's going on. So this social influencer from Miami, her name is Ashlee Janae. She was getting pretty big, and she came out. And like I said, everybody, y'all can join. At any time, you can join, and I'll let y'all in. I'll let y'all give y'all opinion, because that's what type of platform I build. I want everybody to be able to speak and give their opinion. But anyway, Ashlee Janae is an influencer who went to Tanzania with her boyfriend at the time, this guy right here. And they went out there to, just have a vacation. And he turned out to be willing to marry her. He proposed to her, and it was her birthday. They did it on camera, and they put out the footage, and, they were going viral. 2 days later, she was found unalived in a hotel room. And the husband or the fiance, this guy, his name is John McCann, he told the Tanzanian authorities that she did it to herself. And, he really didn't give any more other statements. She did it to herself. And he's coming back to America. But the family rejects the story. They said she suffered from no depression. She was not unhappy with her life. She was really the happiest she's ever been. And then, bam, this has happened. Okay? So the family thinks that this guy did it, John McCann. The family think he did it. And so do a lot of people on social media think John McCain is the one who caused harm to social influencer Ashlee Janae. Okay? Now, wow, that is a terrible and tragic story. And a lot of people going against what I'm saying. Tanzania is a black nation with black government. Hopefully they will conduct a thorough investigation. All right, who is this? Yeah, we're going to let you in, bro. Come on in and give us your... Accept. How did Tanzania allow him to leave without thorough investigation? They're a modern state with black women as president. I just tried to let you in, bro. I don't know what happened. Try it again. Okay, whatever. But yes, so it's like our society first used race, then gender, lastly skin tone. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it don't make sense. But all I'm saying is we as a people, if we're gonna stick together, when somebody is a traitor, and she's not a traitor for getting into an interracial relationship. If somebody is a traitor, and that's what I mean by casting aspersions, doing this, causing disrespect, disrespecting the culture, we must throw them out. That's all I'm saying. And that goes for anybody. That don't just go for our people. Y'all don't understand who I am. Like I said, I don't show my face much, but in the backgrounds, I'm working. All those positive posts y'all see about black women, black children, a lot of times, man, that be me pushing that throughout the media. I don't know what the problem is letting this guy on, but there he is.
Yo,
Yo,
what's
what's
what?
going on?
Yeah, my hair's kind of fucked up. So
Yeah, so what do you think about the Ashlee Janae?
I just think like black people as a whole have to do away with the mentality of saying that anybody else can love us more than we can love each other.
Yeah,
And also the situation is very unfortunate. Number one, two, justice needs to be served regardless of how people feel about the situation, whether they thought she didn't like black men or somebody else didn't like black women. Justice needs to be served. And dealing with the Tanzanian
facts.
government. The African the governments in Africa are very different from the governments out there. There's a whole lot of, will I say, YT worshipping that goes on in Africa. And when such a
Okay,
thing happens, they look out for the foreigner or the person who they think is going to make them look good in front of the other governments, not in front of the citizens of other countries.
okay. So
So
do you think he's going to get off on this?
if the American government decides to get involved on her side, she will get justice. If she doesn't, I'm scared.
Justice won't be served. That's what somebody said.
Yeah.
Now, I completely understand that. Okay. And I would like justice to be served. But I had comments that a lot of people did not agree with.
Yeah.
And but my comments were for the simple fact that I'm pulling my support from the situation. Justice can be served, but I'm pulling my support from the situation because what I do, I represent the culture. That is my job. I don't just own this page, I own 5 others. Okay? I don't and see anybody and I promote positivity of our culture.
Yeah.
Okay? I if it's anything too negative, it doesn't go up on any of my platforms. And if anybody that works with me posts it, they get fired and they know that my entire existence, even stepping into this, is to honor and serve black women and black men to feel great about themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, they have comments that came out from this woman. Have you seen those?
Yeah, disgusting. As a black
Exactly.
man, that's disgusting.
Exactly. And then I see a lot of people also, and I'll tell you exactly what I told Telbo Rackins' sister, who came to me saying that I was bashing her brother. Do you know who Telbo Rackins is?
Yeah, of course, of course. The
He
dude that
spoke he
was talking
spoke
out the side of his
negatively.
neck.
Exactly. I told his sister, I will support your brother if you can show me anything positive he said about black women. And she could never do it. We never talked again.
Damn.
Exactly. So, like I said, it still remains exactly where it's always been. Look, she went against the culture in her death. While now it's like I said, interracial marriage and dating is completely okay. All right. But I have nothing against that. You can do that and still represent us. We got a lot of people to do it.
Yeah,
Right? J. Cole's mom is white, and he represents the culture well. That doesn't automatically put you out. But it doesn't matter if you're dating someone of our race and you choose to speak against our race, then we can't support you no more. You're a
yeah,
traitor.
sure, sure,
You're a traitor.
sure. Yeah, man. Justice for her, man. Justice. I hope she gets justice, and I hope people get to realize that there's no other. To me, in my opinion, you know,
Yeah,
such incidents should not be overlooked, should not be judged wrongly or whatever. But you make your bed, lie in your bed. I wouldn't be happy to see someone speak bad about black women because I have a black mom. I have
exactly.
black sisters as well. You know, I'm gonna have a black daughter. I'm married to a black woman, so I can't even escape it. Yeah,
Exactly. So I have no choice, but I can't support anybody who went against the culture. No matter if it's not perfect, nobody's is. But who we are in America, we gotta stick together. And anybody who's a traitor, you gotta let them have at them. Because if,
sure.
if she if that is who she supported and that is who she worshipped, I think she should call on that community to come help her. But she'll be waiting all day in the rain for that. But thank you though, man. I'm gonna let somebody else on. I got other people trying to get on. Thank you for
Oh
your
yeah.
opinion, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank
All
you, man.
right.
All right.
You ain't even say nothing wrong. And thank you for being the face of our culture. We quick to get called ignorant, but you are y'all commenting so fast. Where it go? We are quick to get called ignorant, but you are changing that perspective of your platform. What happened to What happened to her? What happened to my best friend? Yeah, okay. So there was another young girl, I forget her name, but it happened in like Michigan. It happened in the town I'm from, Vicksburg, Mississippi. I live in Texas, but it was Vicksburg, Mississippi. And that's exactly where I'm at right now. As you can see, Vicksburg Mall, right over there. I just happen to be in town right now. And uh and it was for money purposes. Oh, okay. Well, if you want to come on and say something, just I'll add you in. Anybody who want to get on and say something, I'll add you in. As a black woman, I don't care how some of the black men treat black women. I still love black men. Yeah, like I said, if you are against us or you speak out against us, then we can no longer support. I'm not saying I'm happy what happened to her. Look at my brother in here. I'm not saying what happened to her is great or I condone it at on any level. But what I'm saying is, man, this girl, I was so disgusted with her comments. Just date a white man if you want. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, you are not completely outcasted because you choose somebody of a different race. Because hey, you gotta love who love you, baby. That's what my grandma say. Okay. Cause I mean, as far as the dating prospects go, you know, you may be hard pressed finding a brother who ready to just settle down, got all his finances together, and blah blah blah. She was blinded by love. That man was evil. Look, exactly, exactly. If I go buy a pit bull and I just say, hey, Labradors are the worst dogs in the world, what kind of person am I? Especially if I was raised around Labradors. Labradors did everything for me. Somebody would call me crazy. And once again, like I told y'all, the reason why I'm so deep into this is because Telbo Rackins people came at me the same way and said I was talking negatively and putting negative things out about their cousin or brother. And I said I will completely pull the negative comments down from Telbo. and we will support Telbo. If you can find me one tweet or comment that's positive about black women, if you can find me anything positive that he said about black women while social media exists, I will blast it to the mountaintops. We never spoke again. We never spoke again because they know that somebody that will say things like that completely throughout the culture. And that's what he did. And that's what she did. See? And like I said, Ashlee, Janae, and all of your family. I'm saying this, and people can record it and put it anywhere they want to. Ashlee, Janae's family. I know y'all gonna come to us next. Any of y'all that can find me anything positive that Ashlee Janae has said about African American men, I will post it on all 7 platforms I have, and I will blast it to the mountaintops. But you won't be able to find anything. You know why? Because anybody that would say things like this, what them comments at? Where they at? Anybody that say every day African American men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us. Anybody who say stuff like that, they're not going and then wow with somebody who's not of the culture. You know they're not gonna have anything positive to say. So right now, what I say is, I challenge her family. Send me anything. I'll blast it to the mountaintops on every platform. I will use all my contacts, and we will get them out, and we will get her message out there if you can find it and show proof. Because you know AI is crazy these days. Both are wrong. Period. I didn't say she deserved to. Hey, sexy Madam Jess. I never said she deserved to die. I mean, pass away. I never said that. My comments were, and I will put it right back up here for you to read. My comments say, you cannot be a hero in death when you were a villain in life. I do not condone the violence that caused her passing, but I can't ignore the aspersions she casted upon me and my kind while in life. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is black women about securing the best outcome for themselves. They ain't about being fair. Dude, everybody is about being securing the best outcome for themselves. I don't have a problem, and completely women. I do not have a problem with women choosing the best man for them so they can live their soft life. Okay? I'm completely about women choosing the best man for themselves. Like I said, my grandma told me, baby, you gotta love who love you. Baby, you gotta love who love you. Okay? So love who loves you may not always be somebody of the culture. It may not. That bed wench wanted lobster and got soup. What? Okay. But my grandma say, baby, love who love you. I have no problem with any interracial dating. No, I have no problem with any interracial dating. But what I'm saying is, this girl, man, look, the things she said, and once again, I'm going to say it live and out loud for everybody. For everybody. If her family can show me any positive comments she said about black men, I will post it and blast it to the mountaintops. That's exactly the same thing I told her. Exactly the same thing I told Telbo Rackins' family. If you can find me anything positive he said about black women, I will post it and blast it to the mountaintops. And I never spoke to anybody in Telbo Rackins' family again because they know deep down what he was about. The reason why he was with, and then like I said, if you're doing that out of spite of your community that held you so dear, then like I said, then you've already made yourself a villain. He not lying, he valid. Despite her words, support only because she was a look, man. Interracial is cool as long as it's not. I'm not African American. I'm Black Somalian, but I love Black people. Please stick together as African American people. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that, man. And it's exactly. There's nothing wrong with y'all doing that. Once again, love who love you. Love who loves you 100%. But at the end of the day, y'all, you got to pick a side. Okay? You do not have to completely hate anybody. You don't have to do that. But what I'm saying is we have to support each other. Our number one goal got to be to support each other as Black women and Black men. We got to support each other. And if you don't support each other, and those who don't support us and don't support the advancement of our people, we got to cast them away. I didn't say we have to cause harm to them. I didn't say we have to wish harm on them. And we do not have to celebrate harm of them. All I'm saying is that we must completely do away with them. No positive, no negative. Be completely neutral in the situation. We got to stand back. And that's what I'm saying I'm doing. Okay? Because once again, for the people who just got here, that hit on Target, the corporation Target, that was called by me. Yeah, everybody taking credit for it. Everybody knows what's up. That was called by me. Okay? For how they was acting. Yes, little old me. I made calls. I use my contacts to do that. All right? So, you may not know who I am, but I own 7 platforms that are all catered to African Americans, large ones. Every top blog in the game has influenced by me. I have everybody's phone number over there. So that's rather the Shade Room or whoever you want to call, or you want to call it BET, everybody got our King phone number. And I got everybody's. I don't come out and speak much because I'm usually handling business in the background. My husband's Black, and I'm glad he doesn't talk down on Black women. I make sure he doesn't, or he can catch these hands. Don't speak down on your own race. Exactly. Exactly. If this was a white woman with a bad white man, online about a Black woman, they would 100% support her and seek for her justice. Okay. Okay. That's them. That's them. I but me, I mean, like I said, I'm from Mississippi. If there was a woman, a Caucasian woman who bashed Caucasian men and dated African American men, if something happened to her, no, I don't think they would see. I don't think so. But where you from? You know, you may have seen a completely different reality than I have. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I know I'm not wrong because because I just know, okay, I'm from Mississippi. I'm from a little town called Vicksburg, Mississippi, okay? But y'all go ahead and y'all come in. Y'all can come in live and give your opinions too if y'all want to. This is not just a soapbox stand for me. Well, I thought we should have kept the other guy on here. Louis Facts. Okay, I understand. I understand that. Was it Love Lee? I'm finna. I just sent you a live request. J Kid, what's up, man? Oh, he probably gone. But yeah, man, I just was trying to clear up my comments about. Oh, she declined. I was just trying to clear up my comments about everything that I said earlier on Janae. Ashley Janae. And if anybody got any problems with what I'm saying, y'all welcome to step up. I'm at work, okay? I would love to come up, just can't right now. I'm just joining. What's the topic? Okay, true blessed. Let me explain to you what's going on. And you can go live with me if you want to. So, this woman, Ashley Janae, okay, she made comments negatively about black men. And I got a tweet that I put out that went viral of me comparing her to Telbo Rackins. Telbo Rackins completely just dissed black women all day, every day on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever. She has, Ashley Janae has comments similar to his. Now, what a lot of people think is what was posted is what is all she said. That's not true. She said things that were much worse towards black men than what y'all saw. Just go on Twitter and look them because nobody's going to put that on their Instagram page and get put out. As a black woman, white man look at us like fat. I don't know if that is completely to be true. I don't know that. Why can't they just like you? What's going on?
Hey, I feel like everybody have their own preference. Like her preference was, what she liked it, which was white men. Nothing is wrong with that, but I don't feel like she should bash black men just because of her preference.
Precisely. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like prayers
Eh,
to her family and everything, but you can like what you like without, bashing the next.
yeah.
Like, and black men go through enough. Like
We all go through enough. And that's
I'm standing particularly our race, like at birth.
well, that's
I
what I'm saying. Us black people, we all go through enough.
yeah, but I'm just saying, as a black man at birth, it started like that's where it started.
Yeah, and then they act like they forget all that just because somebody of some other race shows them a little attention and bat their eyes at them. I'm not saying that you can't do that because, like I always just told y'all, my grandma says, love who loves you. And that may not always be somebody of the culture, but you can't turn your back on the culture and expect us to support you when you're harmed from elsewhere. Okay? Wait a minute. Who just said something about Telbo? Can you tell me particularly what was said comparing her to Telbo? Well, they blocked me off live. Okay, I said too much. Okay, particularly what was said compared to Telbo. I don't know if I could say that and still stay on live. But she said a lot more than what was just posted on. We posted on the Bitch Gossip page, and I think that a lot more negative comments were said than what she just allowed. Hello? Are we still on live? Pretty TJ join. Put in close friends. But anyway, like I said, please use your intellect and vast vocabulary. Yeah, we okay. What do you mean by that? Okay? What do you mean by use my intellect and vast vocabulary? Hello?
Hey.
What's going on? What you got to say about the situation?
So I just feel like this, right? I feel like at the end of the day, she said what she said, and you clarified because I came on after you clarified or whatever. I feel like if her family and everybody wants support now, she should never took it to hell the way she did. You understand what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
my whole thing is no. What happened to her shouldn't have happened to her. I do feel like the husband, there's more to the story than what we know. But if she
For sure.
wanted, if they wanted the support, she shouldn't have took it to hell. Yes, people have their opinions and everything else. But at the end of the day, let's be real. And I'm open to the conversation, but I feel like white men, not all of them, but a lot of them have fetishes to black women. You understand what I'm saying? And black women look at white men sometimes like ATMs and feel like they can get a better life out of a white man. So I don't know. I just feel like I feel like you're about to get crucified by the family, which is fine too. But I now
But
understand your perspective because the
it's
family.
completely fine. But that's what I said. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna tell you the same thing. I'm gonna say to them that I told Telbo Rackins family. Find me something positive she said about black men, and I will blast it to the heavens.
I mean, you're not gonna find it because I just looked and I couldn't find it. But you're gonna be labeled the bad guy. So nobody's gonna look at it from the perspective of what you said. And now that you explained, I understand your perspective. So that's valid. But you can't expect everybody to huddle around you and support you, and you took it to hell. You can't do that.
Exactly. And they can completely try. I mean, they can completely try. If I dropped Target stock, $1 billion company by myself, I think I'd be okay against Ashley Janae's family. But I mean, it's all good. It's completely all good.
Well,
But but I mean, I completely respect your opinion. And like I said, I'm gonna stand on mine, and I'm gonna take it all the way, you know. Because like I said, I'll give them the opportunity for her to walk some of that stuff back. But she said this stuff a week ago, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to be very careful on what you say. In the family, y'all going hard now for support, but you should have went hard for her to take that shit down. Not granted, they didn't know that their family member was gonna die, but that's why you can't do certain things and then expect people to and try to come up with qualifications and justifications after you did what you did. You got to stand on it. Y'all
Exactly.
supported it when she wrote it.
Exactly, because the reason why they would have problems is because they won't support. They know that media can cause people to pressure to do their job, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can cause those in power pressure to do their job if things are constantly posted and pushed out. But see, that's what I'm doing. I'm pulling support. I'm pulling all my support from her. I own 7 pages, which are in the top 20 of black blogs. I'm pulling all support from her. I'm not supporting her no more. I'm not wishing anything negative on her, but I will not help the family or anybody in this situation anymore after seeing that. And the same thing happened with Telbo Rackins. I'm just keeping the same energy. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Anybody who steps outside and disrespect the soil that grew them, then they can't come back and get planted over here. That's all I'm saying.
what you keep saying, you don't know what they supported. She made these comments a week ago. We all follow our family and friends. I know for a fact if I say something on my page, my folks are going to call me and be like, Jessica, what are you doing? Or they're going to be like, Jessica, take that down. You out of pocket. So that's what I mean by they supported it. They didn't sit here and say, oh, take that down. A family member has yet to come on any platform and sit here and say, yeah, we did tell her to take it down, or even slide in his DM and be like, nah, that's not the case. We had this type of conversation. Oh, here's the screenshot of it, or here's this of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
Yeah. Who is
Well,
this?
okay. Well, I'm speaking for me and most of the people I know. If my folks, 9 times out of 10, are folks' friends, because I don't got family, I built my family. So let's take family out of it. My friends, because a friend can easily come in his DM and sit here and say, yo, that's not what happened, this, that, and the third, and have an adult conversation. If I post something out of pocket on my page, my folks are coming to me and being like, Jess, take that down. You're out of pocket. You're dead ass wrong. Watch your fucking mouth. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
You're good. Yeah, just
Watch your mouth.
watch the
At the end of the
cursing. Yeah.
day, whether you're my friend, family, whatever, people are going to speak. So that's what I'm speaking of. And if you know something different, either speak up or DM them if y'all want that
And,
support. That's all
and
I'm
then
saying.
and you know she was doing it for him because he didn't tell her to take it down.
And that's another thing. So at the end of the day, let's be real. We all, whether we follow our folks directly, because some of my folks can't get on my page because I blocked them. But everybody got a dummy page. Let's be real. Like whether you want to want to lie about it, that's cool too. But we all got a dummy page and we all got business pages.
Facts. Okay, so what's Alacy Adid? I don't know what this is. So you really think her? I guess you mean fam was reading her comments and following her closely. You don't know what they supported. The fact is, she's gone, and the details around it are sketchy.
We
Yes,
know that. We
yeah, we
never
know.
disputed that.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely. We never
You don't
disputed
gotta be
that.
a celebrity. So what is you talking about?
They're not celebrities, and neither did she. And
I'm
neither
not a
is she.
celebrity either. So
Yeah,
what
I
is
ain't no
you talking
celebrity
about?
either. All I'm saying is people are they are, coming at me for the simple fact that I'm treating her the same way as I treated Telbo Rackins. But when it was Telbo Rackins, it was completely okay. But now since it's this girl, it's not okay. Anybody okay. So when it was Target and I went at Target, it was okay. When I completely pulled support for Telbo Rackins, it was okay. But now for this woman who did the exact same thing as Target and Telbo Rackins, and same thing for Charlie Kirk. Like I did the same thing against Charlie Kirk. I said, and then we have a podcast to prove these things. I completely said
So
we're not
Tori,
speaking
I
on it.
agree with that. I agree with what you're saying because that is true. But the whole purpose is you can't. The whole thing is people feel disrespected and they feel violated by her comments. Social media is social media. You can't do something then expect support afterwards. Regardless of what black men do to us as black women, that is true. That's validated. We all know that. We deal with that every day. Cool. But you can't expect support from social media and go against the grain and then want the grain you went against to sit here and support you. For every action, there's a reaction. And unfortunately, this is the reaction to that action, whether we
Exactly.
agree with it or not.
Exactly. She said, you tried to mispronounce my name on purpose. No, I would never do something like that. And if you want to come up and say something, just press the matter of fact, I'll send it to you. Uh it's it's not allowing me to add you into it. A Lacey? A Lacey Adid? Is that her? Is that her trying to come in? Come on in. It's somebody else. Okay. Every black woman speaking against Janae is envious of her, and they are the same women who hates Olandria, being disappointed. All right. Come on. You gotta explain them comments you just said. You're unstoppable Boston Barbie. You gotta explain what you just said.
Okay, first and foremost, thank you for having me on the line. I'm really glad that this discourse community is happening in this timeline because there's a lot of hypocrisy in our community, particularly in
Hmm.
our black community. Because let's be honest here, 3 weeks ago, the mayor of Florida, I think her name is Nancy Boying, not Mateer, I think that's how you pronounce her name. 3 weeks ago, she was unalived by her black husband, right? I didn't see any outrage online by the black community. It was matter of fact, it wasn't posted anywhere in any mainstream media. It was a small community of people. I even know about it because of this contact creator who always talk about, black women. He's a black man who always like talk about black women. He's all about, black women and all that. He always had positive things to say about black women. This is how I know about Nancy Matera was unalive by her black husband. And now the outrage, nobody said bad things about Nancy because nobody deserves to be, murdered regardless of what it is. But the hypocrisy I see, okay, Janae Ashley never stated, publicly humiliated black men or dehumanizing black men in any way publicly. All she said, everybody can have disappointment in anyone. I can say I'm disappointed in my mother. I can say I'm disappointed in my black father or whatever that might be. That's not humiliation. That's not dehumanizing people. Somebody. It's a reaction to do better as an individual. Like I don't understand the backlash she's getting. It's so inhuman. It's so unfair because she never said she would never date black men. She never said she would rather date a dog than dating black men like this black guy who stated that recently who wasn't
He
alive
never
by.
said that.
She never said anything dehumanizing towards black men. So therefore, I don't understand the backlash she's receiving. Like it's a constant, jealousy I've observed in our black community towards other black women who jealous of other black women who's having a soft, luxurious life. Like this is the same outrage, the black community spread towards Olendria. Like every time a beautiful dark skinned black woman is living a luxury lifestyle, she's happy. There's this side of the black community that dragging or being ragging, hating on her for no reason, just because she's enjoying a soft life. And that's a psychological effect because most of us believe that
What?
black women don't deserve soft life. Regardless who's giving her that soft life, right? Like I don't know
We
why
all
there's
traveling out the country. We all sitting here. Well, not all of us, but majority of us travel out the country. Majority of us are out here doing our businesses, getting money. Majority of like so, regardless if a black, white, Asian, yellow, pink, purple person is financing that, or we got sponsors or whatever. Who like what? I'm not. I love when up.
I'm not saying that particularly is your. I'm making a general observation. It was a general statement. I'm not saying that it's either you or anybody who have also hit themselves at this point. Because if we're gonna be real, me, I don't care who's anybody dating, as long as you don't disrespect black women, as long as you don't disrespect black men, as long as you're doing it for your own betterment to elevate yourself and
Nobody
that person
said
is
though, but
treating you.
nobody,
This is all
nobody,
that matters to me.
nobody on this live said that you can't date out. He clearly said his grandma told him whatever makes you happy, do that. He never said a black man got to date a black woman or a black woman got to date a black man. He never said that out of his mouth. That's not what he said. And as far as all
Exactly.
this hating, I don't know what you talking about as far as that, because I love when I see other black women getting money and get into it. I love when a black woman out with another whoever it is, and they like I love that. So
Yeah,
I,
and like I said, my grandma says, "Love who loves you." We're not
oh yeah,
against
that's what he
interracial.
said. He said.
Yeah, we're not against interracial dating. What I am against anybody who goes against our culture at any degree. Once again, I'm the person, and I take responsibility. I sent the first shot at Target. I made those calls against Target. I made the calls against Charlie Kirk. I made the calls against Telbo Rackins, and I also making the calls against Ashlee Janae. Anybody to any degree who goes against our culture, when something negative happens to them, we will be completely like pit bulls. We're gonna shake you and we're not letting you go. And that's just the way how I do it. That's how I operate. And we can't be taken down. I got too many contacts, and that's just what I do. She will be completely support for Ashlee Janae will be completely pulled from everybody I know. From all of my contacts and anybody who's
Let's just put it like this, right? If anybody got a problem with how he's about to carry it because of his opinion, how about this? How about you go support the family and you go drop a bag on the family and you push whatever it is they want to push. This man said for his reasoning, he feel how he feel, and that's just that. Like it's not really a debate anymore. It's not really you're not gonna persuade this man to go a different direction. He feel how he feel. It's his shit. I mean his stuff, his platform, and that's that. You feel some type of way, you go support him. There's GoFundMe's and stuff. Go set it up for him. Go DM him.
So
poor
I respect.
baby.
I mean, I respect everybody to have the right to support whoever they want to support. So my question is, why? Why? My question to you is like, why is that Ashley Janae doesn't deserve your support? What did she do exactly to you personally that makes you think that she went against the culture?
Okay, did you see what I know you saw what we posted, but did you see everything she said?
The only thing that I saw what she posted was she reposted something. She posted something that she said she stated that she disappointed in black men.
No, she said black men embarrass us every day. They wake up and embarrass us. Then she said other things, monkeys and wild animal, comparing people to animals. But I can't post those things. That's the problem. People see the lighthearted disrespect and they think that's all she did. But she said things even worse. And she said all of these things while in a relationship with somebody outside the culture. So that leads me to believe what? The same thing is Telbo Rackins, okay? So, like I said, and it's not just her, it's anybody. It's anybody who goes against the culture that I hold dear, then I'm sorry, then we got to pull support from you or we got to come at you. And that's just how it is. All right, who is this?
So my thing is, moving forward, if we're gonna keep the same energy. So is it fair that to say moving forward, when something happened to a black man, when black men get unalived by the police, it's okay for a black woman to not support y'all, to not march for y'all? Because at this point, what are we doing? At this point, she is
Okay,
a black
okay,
woman. She could have been your sister. She didn't. What from
you're
what I've
missing the point. I
noticed,
said
she didn't
anybody
say
who goes
anything.
against the culture. If you have a clean record and a clean jacket, we will support you in your hard times. But if you have things that's on your jacket that are terrible, we will not support you. As simple as that.
So what was wrong of what she said? Is black men not embarrassing to the black community to some degree? Because look at what we look at our community truthfully. Let's be honest here. I didn't see anything wrong. She said she was stating something that most of us or most black women feel, especially with our current state of our community as we speak. She didn't humanize black men in any way. And if she said something worse, show the receipt. Because all I saw was she was embarrassing. She said a black man embarrasses every day. Like that, she was talking in a general sense. She wasn't targeting you directly. Yes, you're a black man. Obviously, you're gonna feel some type of way. But to some
Okay,
degree, some
okay, all
black
right. I'm a black man. I have more money than 99% of everybody in America. But she would never speak on somebody like me. She would never do that. She can you okay, this is what I'll say, and I'll tell you the same thing. How about you go find me positive comments she said about black men and I'll post it. If you do that, hey, look, I'm telling everybody this. Hey, what's the girl's name here? I'll give you $2,000 if you can find a positive comment from Ashlee Janae, and I will cash app you, Zelle, Venmo, whatever you need, and I will give it to you if you can find a positive comment from Ashlee Janae about black men, and that goes for you as well as her family. How about that?
so
How about that?
finding positive thoughts. So you never ask yourself from a psychological standpoint, maybe she doesn't have anything to say about black, and maybe her black father terrorizing her. Maybe she's a dark skinned black woman, and we know.
All right, that's it for that, man. That's it for that.
Okay. Hi, how are you today?
How you doing?
I'm good. I just came to say that I agree with you. I agree with you to an extent, and that extent is it more so when it comes to dark skinned women, it more so boils down to their traumas. I've seen on her, I come throughout her whole ex profile, and it boils down mostly to what I would say like self hate, self loathing to a certain extent. Her mother is married to somebody that's not black. That's all she's known was not black. If you scroll down to her page, all the way to 2013, she had to be like, what, 16 years old? She was saying she wanted mixed babies. At that age, and to continue to go on with that, it's a trauma in her life where she felt like because of her skin, she wasn't good enough. She wasn't good enough. And that's sad on her part, but I see where you're angry a little bit. You feel some type of way because she said what she said, just like we did when Telbo said what he had to say. But we have to see wherein lies the issue with people of our color in our culture, where we sit there and say, "Hey, you know what? Why the fuck do you feel this way? Why do you feel like black men are less than what you think another person of culture is?" That's what I had to say. Like I see what you're saying, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
That's actually a
I
good
find there's more
question. I'm about
drama
to
there.
ask that today.
Okay, what was your question again? You broke up a bit.
Me or Jess.
You.
My question for that would be, well, I didn't have a question. I just wanted to speak my piece because I couldn't on the write in the comments. But it was just more so that I agree with you to that extent. Like I don't think like she really meant harm from what I seen on her ex because I come all the way down to 2013. I didn't see anything about animals. If it did, it wasn't on her page per se. It had to be on
It
somebody
was in a
else's.
comment. It wasn't in Twitter.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why I didn't see none of that on Twitter. I even seen like stuff where she was. I'll screenshot. I can screenshot and show you, but where she
Yeah,
was picked
I
up.
saw a lot of that stuff. I saw stuff like black men. Ugh. I just out of nowhere. Did you see that? Like I just saw stuff like that. And but I can't post that. See? That's the thing. I
Hmm.
can't post those things because it can get flagged. But
Mhm.
but my comments came from the whole thing, right? Everything that I saw. And see, originally I was trying to support her. And that's
Mhm.
what really upset me so much was that I was supporting her at first. And it's like, wow, I am respecting somebody in their passing who didn't respect my life while they were living, who considered me
Mhm.
something as less, something that black men have been fighting with for the past 400 years, that we are equal. And then you have somebody who is supposed to be of our culture, somebody who looks like me is telling me that I'm not an equal. Okay.
Mm.
Mhm.
So yeah, that really burns. That really stings. And that really makes outrage. So like I said, I'm never, even Charlie Kirk, who said much worse things, I would never celebrate somebody's death. Never, I would never do that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna consider you a hero when you were a villain in life. You're not a hero in your death when you were a villain in life. I'm sorry. But not you. There's black men out here that you aren't equal to. Okay, but did y'all know that only 1.5% of black men are in jail? It's not like 40% or none of that, but they'll never tell you those things. But guess who tells people these things? We do. That's a part of my brand. What I do is uplift. I don't really tear down. Okay. So what I want to do is uplift. So if there is, but I'm not a silent lamb. I'm war ready. That's who I am. That's what I do. We fight in the background, in the shadows, against everybody, against TMZs and everybody. It's not just a friendly going on type thing. It's things going on that people don't know about that we can't necessarily say. Okay. So it's my job to make you feel good about yourself, to make you unlearn all these things that media has been trying to do to you and your grandparents for the past 100 years. I'm coming
Mm.
in and want to make you feel good about yourself and positive about yourself. I want this to let this be known to everybody, that anybody who does this, if you ever need help, you are on your own. Okay?
Making an example.
Exactly. So, but that don't just go for. Did you see any other anybody else like Walmart or any other large grocery companies do anything towards the African American community negative after what happened to Target? Did you see that? No, you didn't. No,
Nope, and
you didn't.
Target cleaned that right up or attempted to.
Exactly. And they send money to, they offered that one guy, I forgot what his name was. He's like a Howard professor or something. I don't know where he got the idea that he did it, but I have absolute proof that I started the charge against Target first. And I have emails and everything from them. And I denied every dollar, everything, because no, we gonna sink you. So why should I think it's any different? I don't see this as, oh, that's just a little black girl. I don't see it as that. I see that as an enemy of the culture. And look, like I said, I'm not a silent lamb. I am a warrior. If I see an enemy, I go get them. I don't sit back and be quiet. That's just who I am. That's how I always been. I attack. I am an attacker. And it don't stop, it don't matter who it is. Right? I have a mission. My mission is to make everybody feel good about themselves, because us as black people, I've studied all this stuff. Us as black people, a black man can have a confidence all the way up to here, but the self-esteem is low. That's why when somebody will go somewhere else to a different culture, they will completely look down at where they were. That's because they always felt like that inside anyway.
That's
Now
right.
they feel like they have some type of ticket of escape. That girl wasn't no enemy. She was clapping back at people who were harassing her while she was black. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. Whatever.
I
Hey,
enjoy
you,
talking to you. I can't go back and forth with idiots because they're not hearing you. So
you
I
too. You too. What is that? Be hating. Okay, you too. I will offer you $5,000. Anybody, I will offer you $5,000 right now, right hand to God. If you can find me a positive comment from Ashlee Janae, come now. Now that's who you're defending. Go find a positive comment from Ashlee Janae, and I will gladly cash app you $5,000. The DMs are open. Come get your money, baby. Come get your money.
They ain't gonna get it. They just gonna run their mouth. But I'm about to get ready for work. I appreciate
Okay,
y'all.
nice talking to you. Yeah, nice
Nice
talking
talking
to
to
you.
you, babe.
All right. Say add me again. Cause calling people idiots because they don't agree with you is weird. I'm not gonna call anybody out their name. I don't know what you're talking about. She was down in black men unprovoked. She said she loved being a black woman. I didn't say that. My grandma also said a sorry frog won't choose his own pond. We said she has to say something positive about black men. Okay? Who said they want to come back? If you want to come back in the live, send a request. Because, like I just said, man, we gotta start. You said she was an enemy. All right. Can I join? Yes. You have no comprehension skills. And okay, I'm not necessarily considering her an enemy. Let me calm down. What I'm saying is I'm pulling support. I'm completely pulling support, my support from her. If somebody else wants to support her, that's just on them. Send money to the family. View request. All I see is Jay Ryder. Send money to her family. Repost everything if you want to. I'm just not doing it for the simple fact from what I've seen. Okay? Somebody who compares anybody like me, anybody with the skin color of me, to an animal, you are not on my side and you will not receive my support. Simple as that. Okay? Anybody who says anyone like me and generalizes the worst stereotypes to black men and considers all of us embarrassing, you are not a companion of mine and you will not receive support from me. Simple as that. Hey,
Okay.
how you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay. So, yeah, I have a lot to say about this because I actually am a woman that I've been in a relationship with a black man and it was bad. It was domestic violence. So, I'm not going to say that, women deserve to be murdered and stuff, but I had a friend that was friend. Can you hear me? Hello? I can't hear you guys. Hello?
Yo, back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So basically, yeah, I was in a relationship with a black man and it got bad, but I'm not saying it's not really a race thing. I think it's just like a man thing that he wants a man that wants power. Cause there was like my friend, he was also in a relationship with a woman and they were both white and she ended up killing her husband and it was due to money purposes. So I'm thinking he probably could have did it to get money, and that could be the reason, but I'm not fully sure. But I'm just saying, I think it was like beyond a race thing. She probably was in a domestic violence relationship with him undercover, and all they showed to the public was their happy relationship. You know what I mean?
It could be. It could be. And like I said, I understand that Paradise Paris. Thank you, God. There go my girl. But all I'm saying is that we support anybody. We will support anybody of the culture and we will back them in their hard times. Anybody.
Hmm.
As long as you don't have certain things on your jacket. Okay?
Right.
All right. If you have that's kind of like I'm not a street guy, but to street guys, that's kind of like snitching to me. You know, it's the car you violated a cardinal rule. If they can pull something like that you said about our people publicly, then that says everything we know. And then we don't see anything positive that you said either. We'll give you a Malcolm X. And like you said about the DV situation that you knew about.
Yeah.
Look,
Hmm.
that's all. That's horrible. And we'll give anybody a chance to walk anything they said back while they was young, because you got athletes saying things while they were young, but then they'll come back and walk it back. But some of these people never walked any of these things back. Martin Luther King taught us you don't judge somebody by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. Okay,
Hmm.
so that don't just go for white people to black people. That goes for everybody to everybody. So black women, if you have a bad situation with a black man, you judge him off the content of his character. That guy's character is terrible. You don't judge him by the color of his skin, because then you're pushing everybody out there. Let's just
Right.
take it to pit bulls. Everybody thinks that pit bulls are these bad, vicious dogs, and they eat children and everything. Now, a few dogs have mauled people, but pit bulls are the most popular dog in America now. Everybody in America who has a pit bull has gotten bitten and mauled? No. So you can't take it to that extent. Judge by the content of character. And that's one thing that white people offer each other, but they do not offer us, and we don't offer it to ourselves. It's individuality. If a white child does a mass unaliving at a school, then they will instantly single him out and give him the opportunity of individualism, right? That's
Right.
him. That's not us. But a black man who does anything, that's them. That's all of them. They do not grant us. And media, that's another reason why I'm in media. They don't grant
Hmm.
us. You got Barack Obama, he's black. You have so many black men who do so many great things. But those guys, they individualize them and do not paint that across the culture. But anything negative, they don't do individualism then. They paint it across the entire culture. Hey,
Right.
all of them do this. All of them like that. They got a new thing where they say, not black, but always black. When you say somebody shooting up the club or something, right?
Yeah, that's true. I
Exactly.
agree.
So all I'm saying is I grant everybody individualism. I would never go against all black women or all black men. But Telbo Rackins and Ashlee Janae are two people that I'm completely pulling support from, and I'm treating them the exact same way from the things I've seen. And Ashlee Janae, she said this stuff a week ago. Okay, so I mean, whatever. So she didn't really have much time to walk it back. And Pinky Cole, shouts out to Pinky Cole, just said, be careful, like Frankenstein. Be careful of the monster you create, because it can come back and destroy you. Be careful of the
Right.
monster you create, because it can come back and destroy you as well. And that's what happened to Frankenstein. The man who created Frankenstein, he destroyed him. So just be careful of what you put out there in the universe.
Right. I think her growing up with just like seeing the role model of her mom dating a white man, she thought, oh, this is how a man is supposed to be. So she decided to be like, oh, okay, let me just bash black men because this is what I see and I know. So
Okay.
that's probably could be the
Once
reason.
again, her problem. She was judging a man by the color of his skin, not the content of his character. She's a terrible judgment of character. And then look what happened.
Mhm.
See? Very well. You could have picked anybody, but you were picking somebody based off of this, not his character. And that can always happen.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, he was more than just I have a dream. And I really would suggest everybody go back and read his book and read more. Let me up. You gotta get out soon. I'm gonna let you in. But but
Okay.
but we okay, I just let somebody else on. What's going
I'm
on?
sorry. I didn't want to interrupt you, so I'm gonna let you finish.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm outside smoking with my cousin. We heard what you said, like women judge men based off, their looks or whatnot, or not the character of themselves. But
Yep.
it's like in this generation, especially with most of this generation using social media as, a dating platform, you can't really expect much out of nobody unless they got a genuine heart, honestly. Because most
Exactly.
men, you got to be the baddest, thickest, prettiest thing. And you can have a good heart and be ugly. You can have a good heart and be cute. It don't matter. You won't know that until you get to genuinely, understand somebody, I feel like.
Yeah, because people they don't really portray the real them until you get
No.
to know them. Because like my last relationship, I it took me 6 months to realize this man was domestic, like an abuser. He didn't show that in the beginning, but then once I got to know him, he started getting worse and worse. You know.
Exactly. But like I said, it's only so long that someone can pretend. Okay.
Yes.
Now once you see, and then once you see something that you never expected out of them, always expect it because I'm from the South. I'm from Mississippi, and my uncle always said, "A tiger don't change his stripes." You are deflecting from the point. Who's deflecting from the point? Y'all got me lost today. But like I said, y'all, um, I still wish, I still wish everybody the best. You know, I do not consider these people enemies, but at the same time, we gotta, a lot of things that they said have to take into accountability. Like if somebody's in a sorority or fraternity, if you denounce that sorority or fraternity, or if you get an dishonorable discharge in the military, they don't show up to your funeral. Okay, that's just how it works. Okay, and I see that I see our culture because everybody, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. She brought up Martin Luther King cheating as if they had anything to do with valid points you were making. Well, okay, that's another rabbit hole. I don't think Martin Luther King was really cheating like that. I think that was negative propaganda put out there by other media because we don't actually have proof of these things. We don't actually have these tapes that they said they have. It's been 60 years and we haven't heard them. Okay? And see, that's exactly what I'm trying to stop. That's exactly what I am against. Okay? So that's exactly why I do what I do on the internet because things like that from the other media fathers exist.
Right.
All
Do
right?
you
Because
believe? Oh, sorry.
what
Go
you say?
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you
I was
say?
gonna say, do you think Ashley Janae will get that justice she needs? And even though,
No.
like, no,
No. I don't think so. I don't think she'll get the support. And I think that
huh?
social media is going to, like I said, half of social media is going to do away with her because of her comments. And then only the
Right.
other half of support. And you can't do anything with half a table. Okay, it won't stand. It won't stand up. So she would need full support and pressure because I just saw two blogs came in here. We are the culture, and I think it was Spiritual Word came in looking. If I'm not sure, shout out to
Mhm.
my dog. What's his name? Yusuf. He's over Spiritual Word. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, they came in and looked, and they're not gonna support it either. So I
Mm-hmm.
already know. So once everybody pull back, the story will die and the family won't get justice. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, and then like he
Yeah.
said, Tanzania, way in Tanzania, America is for sure not gonna get involved unless like it's pushed. Uh, and then you have, Donald Trump in office. He really ain't gonna care, because that will
Right.
have to be the feds pushing over there. So nah, I think he's gonna get away scot free. Honestly,
Man.
But
Yeah.
I don't think he should. But do I think he will? Yeah, I think unless it's just like a video, blatant evidence or something like that,
Uh,
they're not gonna link up with somebody who's powerless like him. You know?
yeah. He
Yeah,
probably brought her out there just to get away with it. And just I don't know. Some people they probably was hiding their relationship. They probably were in a domestic violence relationship, and he probably just took it there, and they just
yeah. But hey y'all, I'm gonna head out. I gotta help my mom with something. AG TVG Media. I'll be getting on live a little bit more to help y'all out. Thank you for everything too. Send me a DM. Send me a DM. I might want to get you on the podcast. Okay.
Oh, me?
Yes, send this
Okay.
page a DM and just say, "Hey, I'm
Okay.
just on live," and I'll link up with you on a podcast.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
All right.